Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Afi and I'm back again with another video. This video is going to be one that I wanted to do as like the April recap, but then because the April recap just became what it became. Honestly, you know what, these days I like to let things just become what they become. Like they take shapes of their own, they become different things, like things that I didn't expect it to be. Like I remember when I'm sharing stuff, sometimes I'm like, that's not the direction I thought it was gonna go, but I like to think that it's inspired. So that's what I did with the April recap, and if you haven't watched that, I'm gonna leave the video up here and you can watch that, and you're gonna see how I created this look, the complete look with the hair and everything, and I'm excited about that. So watch that video and let me know what you think. So this video is probably gonna be really short, but I wanted to do it essentially, like my plan had been to talk about the things that I do for self-care, things that have helped me feel better, things that usually help me feel better when I'm feeling really down. And that's because for the past few months I've been feeling really low, and I felt low and I didn't do anything about it, so I just kept feeling low. And then by the time like March was reaching, like the end of March was getting there, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. My life can't look like this for the rest of my life. Like I can't do this anymore. I had to snap out. And so small things that I did actually sort of like built up and became the things that helped me feel better. So that's just something I want to share today. And I wanted to do this whole thing where like I take a video of me doing like something and then I put it here, or like, you know, I put like, you know, when I'm talking about it, and we'll see if I'm actually gonna end up doing that, because maybe I will. Who knows? I'm really enjoying editing, so maybe that's something I'm gonna learn how to do. But anyway, my point is, I want to talk about self-care, how like the things that make me feel better, the things that I have learned are a good thing to do, the things that work for me, because everybody is so different. And I guess I just want to inspire anyone who's feeling low, or who, like, whenever you're feeling low, just thinking about things that you can do to make yourself feel better, to make yourself feel better instead of sitting there and feeling bad. Because I think for me, I did that a lot, and I think it's important for you to feel your emotions 100%, but I think it's also important for you to move on from it. And for me, after months of feeling bad, I'm just like, I'm not gonna feel bad anymore. And the first thing that helped me so much is doing devotion every single morning. And when I'm not doing a condition, usually I'm doing the Bible plan in 1 year. That's basically like what I'm doing permanently, right? So I think something that has helped me a lot is the fact that I decided that I really wanted to finish the Bible in this 1 year, 2021. And because of that, I was like, how am I going to do it? I'm not going to read from like the first book to the last. Honestly, I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. So I decided to do a Bible plan, and that helps me so much. So I've basically been doing this Bible plan since maybe like mid-January. And so because of that, already I'm like behind. And then some days I just wasn't doing it, some days blah blah blah, just whatever, and I didn't do it. And I remember not doing it, feeling bad that I wasn't doing it, and still not doing it, and getting stressed that I wasn't doing it, and then reaching the end of the day and still not doing it. And that was so frustrating to me. I'm like, I'm just stressed about this thing. And I remember seeing a post that basically said like, it's better to take 20 minutes doing something than to spend 20 hours worrying about something. And I'm going to put that in the thumbnail. But yeah, so doing devotion every single morning is something that has helped me so much. I started doing it again properly, because before I wasn't not doing it at all, but I felt as if in my heart for like 3 weeks I wasn't doing it the way I wanted to. My heart wasn't feeling the way it was supposed to. I wasn't understanding and just conceptualizing and all those things. I wasn't doing it the way I wanted to. Like, I don't know, I just felt like my heart posture wasn't great at that time. And so being in the place where like I was feeling good and being like, let me do this devotion, and even if I don't understand what I'm reading in that moment because I'm having a block, doing it anyway and going through and praying to God and always saying, God, I'm really trying to understand this, but I can't, and I'm really trying, but I can't. But being in the process of it instead of worrying about it from afar and then being stressed about it. So doing devotion every single morning has been so good. And when I'm not doing the Bible plan in 1 year, like in my previous video I talk about how I'm like 25 days late or something, and it's because I'm doing another condition. And so instead of doing the Bible plan at that time, I basically just like started doing the condition at that time. So first thing in the morning I'll do the condition, and then I'll move on with my day. And when I'm busy, I can't necessarily go back to the Bible plan, and so there's some days that I haven't done. But I'm not worried about that, because I know that I'm still being in the Word in a way, and I'm praying, and I'm still doing all of that. So doing some kind of devotion every single morning, so helpful. In the second thing that I do is I shower every single morning. Before, I used to wait until later on in the day, so I would shower at midday, something like that. So I would basically wake up, go for 100k, if we even had it at that time, anyway. And then maybe do a devotion, and then I don't know, laze around or attend class or something like that, and then I would shower later on. And it didn't make me feel good. It just didn't make me feel good. So now I try really hard to make sure that everything that I'm doing is gonna lead me to shower first thing in the morning, fasting. And of course, it's not fasting, because it's if I wake up at 6 a.m. for Hunduki, I'm gonna be doing that, and then I'm gonna do my own personal devotion, for example, and then I'm going to also maybe do a little workout, or go for a walk, either or and do and then I'm gonna shower after, right? So it's not the first thing, but it's one of the first things that I do in the morning. That really helped me. Something a lot is starting to unwind by 8 p.m. That helps me sleep early. And for the past few weeks, it's been hard to do that, because I've been having a lot of meetings later on at night and things like that. And so I haven't managed to do that. But when I did, because I did that the first 2 weeks of April, and it was really, really, really good. The last week of March and first 2 weeks of April, and it was really good to unwind by 8 p.m. Go off my phone at 9 p.m. Switch off my light, switch on these lights. Can you see them? Yeah, switch those on. Switch on the lamp that I usually use, and then maybe read or watch something that's not too stimulating. So just a calming YouTube video, someone's vlog or something. Usually those are very calming to me, so I just watch that, or I read a book, which is something that is also another thing that I've done for self-care as well, reading. The next thing that I wrote down was get off my phone at 9 p.m., which is something I've mentioned. It just helps me sleep better, sleep earlier, because then I have an alarm at 10 p.m. that basically says unwinding, winding down sort of, which basically means now I'm preparing to sleep at 11 p.m. So that's the time I've been sleeping as well, 11, and I've been managing. I sleep at 11 and I wake up at 5:30, so good. Sometimes I actually end up waking up at 5, which is so good. I love waking up early, because it gives me time to be alone, and it gives me time to be in silence before my family wakes up and before people start to make noise. So I really, really love having that time in the morning on my own, even though I'm responding to messages, or I don't know, just doing whatever. It doesn't have to be anything mindful. I just like having that time in the morning. And then something else is taking care of myself, so washing my hair, doing my makeup, just basically taking care of my physical appearance, basically. Because let me tell you something, natural hair, it's a whole sport, and washing your hair is hair day. When you hear people talking about hair day is not 2 hours. Hair day is hair day. It's an entire day that you're gonna be washing your hair and trying to style it and doing whatever. So last year, I remember going 3 months without washing my hair, so I just twisted my hair, and it just didn't twist. And it's not that big of a deal, honestly speaking, because it's not that dirty, blah blah blah. It's fine, it doesn't even smell, so it's okay. But the little things washing my hair actually make me feel so much better. Just having that time of being in the bathroom, putting on some music, or I think usually I put on some music, or so I put in some music and I just wash my hair, and it's nice. So I'm trying to do that more often, once or twice a month, because I can't do it every single week. I don't have time to do it every single week. So twice a month. So that's every 2 weeks I like to wash my hair. So my hair is actually it's due for a wash. As it looks like this, it's really due for a wash. So I'm gonna do that soon. The other thing, as I said, is waking up early. Oh my god, waking up early is a charm. It is the most beautiful thing for me. I love waking up early, and I think also it's not even the idea of waking up early like at 5 a.m. It's just the idea of waking up earlier than other people that like makes me happy. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I'm better than you, I'm waking up early. It's because it gives me time to be alone in silence, without anyone disturbing me, without anyone trying to shout or sing or wake you up or anything like that. It gives me a lot, and I love that. I love having at least an hour of like just my own time, and waking up at 5:30 gives me 30 minutes, which is not too bad, so it's fine. And then I said sleeping earlier as well. I've mentioned that before. And something else is using my Google Calendar really well. I have managed to use my Google Calendar so well in April, and I'm so proud of myself. I am actually so proud of myself. But something that it made me realize is I'm not really using my like physical one. Like I usually, what I do when I'm planning, and maybe I should do a whole like planning video or whatever, is I'll use this book. There's a book that I have, this book, right? It's so cute. I bought it from House of Leather, and I remember not knowing what I'm gonna use it for when I bought it, but I just remember thinking it's so cute and I want to buy it. So I bought it from House of Leather. I think it was like 250 shillings or 70 shillings, I can't remember, one of them. And so I use this book to plan. So I'll do like a reflection of the past month, and then like looking into the next month. And I realized for the past few months I haven't really used it. Like even in April, like the things that I had planned to do, this was like my planning page for April. And as you can see, there's some strokes, which is basically me like ticking what I've done, what I haven't done. But yeah, there's some things I planned to do that I didn't like end up doing. Some videos that I wanted to go up when I wanted to go up and didn't go up, never even recorded them. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to record them and just put them out next month. You know, it's just one of those things. So I'm just realizing that I don't use this one anymore as much. I used it a lot last year when I was starting out planning. The first month that I see here is August, right? But I think the first month that I actually did plan was May. I started planning in May. Wow, it's been a year since I actually started planning, guys. It's been a year and I'm still doing it, and I'm loving it even more. And so anyway, I started planning in May, and so yeah, I don't use this as much anymore. I'm still deciding if I'm going to use it or not. I decided to sort of try and do bullet journal type stuff on this other one. So for May, I'm probably just going to do that. I bought this folder from, I think, Taskis, and then it's in a video. I think I have a video that this is in. And I think I'm going to do bullet journal type stuff for May and see how that goes. I don't know if I'm going to go very far with that, but we will see. And so using Google Calendar has been so good for me, because whenever someone is like, oh, do you have time at this time, I just check it and I'm like, oh no, I don't have time here, but I do have time here, or I can like just move things around. So easy. You can share your calendar, which is the best thing, because then if you like, now that I'm doing my internship, it's just nice to be able to share the calendar and be like, this is when I want to work, these are the hours that I'm going to put in, and blah 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 blah. It's just nice. And then it's convenient for Zoom calls, because then you can just like put the link there and just click on it and you're in just like that, and I love it. So yeah, I've really been loving using Google Calendar and just having sort of like a structure, because I did a personality test video, and that's the one that's supposed to go up before this one. Well, this is gonna come out in May. So I did a personality test video, and I'm going to link it up here. And I was really wondering whether I'm gonna post that, but I think I'm just going to. It's quite long, but I don't know, I think it's fun. Anyway, so I was doing that, and one of the questions was like, do you follow schedules, or do you just like to work in spontaneity? And I think more and more I'm just learning to love schedules. I love spontaneity, and I love doing like changing things up. So every single day I try to do something different, because I don't want to be bored. Like now I'm doing like I do dance workouts, and I don't do the same one every day. I do like a different one. And I also don't do it every single day. I do like a few times a week, and that just gives me just the, like room to not feel too restricted, because that's something that like I do not like feeling like restricted or like boxed in, or like, oh, I really don't like feeling that. So anyway, using my Google Calendar is really good because you get to move things around, and it doesn't hurt anyone, and it's the best thing in the entire world. Something else that I have started doing is going on a lot of walks. I go on walks a lot. I either go with my friends or I go alone. In the mornings, I like to go on walks to wake myself up. So when I wake up, almost like the first thing I do is go on a walk. And I'll do my condition on my walk, and I'll do like my devotion on my walk as well. So yeah, when we don't have Fundoke, I go on a walk and do that then, and it's nice. It wakes me up a lot, and then I come back home and I do like a dance workout or whichever workout from the internet, and the dance workouts have been so much fun. Oh gosh, they've been so much fun. This morning I did one from, it was like The Greatest Showman songs, right? And this lady is really the best, because I did another dance workout of hers last week and it was so nice, and then this one was actually, oh my god, when it finished I was so pumped, I was so excited, I was so happy, and I was like, yes, I love this. So that was really nice. That's something I'm actually enjoying doing, just like moving around and having the ability to do that. I think the reason why school stresses me so much is because it doesn't give me that leeway. If you're in the school that I am in, then you know that our school basically makes sure that all you can do is school. And so you have classes at 8 a.m. for 3 hours, maybe a 1 hour, 2 hour break, and then another 3 hour class. By the time the end of the day is reaching, you're so exhausted, all you want to do is sleep. And then you have classes like Monday to Thursday, and maybe, yeah, Monday to Thursday you have one day that's like a half day, and then you have another day that's free, like Friday is free for me, which is okay. But I think school actually, just the idea of that, like being so boxed in, stresses me a lot. It actually, yeah, and now that I know, I hope that for my 4th year I can be able to just find ways for me not to get into the sadness that I usually get into when I'm in school. And I don't know, we'll see. We will see what 4th year is going to bring. I'm actually about to get into, that's another thing, drinking so much water. I have this bottle that my friend gave me as a gift. My friend gave me this as a gift. Now it's empty, but I'm gonna go fill it. But I usually just like have it in my room and I drink from it and refill it, and it's been nice to have that. I have another bottle that I was using before that, and I still do use it, but it's really far from where I am now. And I got it from MUN, which was nice. I really enjoyed participating in MUN. Was it last year? I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. So anyway, I enjoyed that, and that's where I got that bottle from. And so drinking water is also something that's been helping me a lot. Just being very, like, you know, hydrated. Stay hydrated, mind your own business. That's my motto. I love to mind my own business. I don't like being in other people's business. I think that gives you too much stress, and it's not necessary. But it's annoying when other people's business actually impacts your life. That's it. Another thing that I haven't mentioned is, like, I color a lot. I love to color. My mom bought me this book, and I don't know if I've ever showed it, but I'll see. Maybe I'm gonna put that on the thumbnail as well. So I have this really big book that I color in, and it's nice to have something to do other than like be in front of a screen, because all the things that I need to do usually like involve a screen. Like being in meetings is always like on my laptop. So it can be very like overwhelming. Also, like watching YouTube and stuff like that, like that's also on my laptop. And so honestly, I can't wait to get a phone. Oh god. Anyway, yeah, so those are the things that I do to make myself feel better. I've been doing that for the past month. Let me know if you do any of these things. Let me know if you're gonna try any of these things. I highly recommend you try. And tell me what you think. Also, let me know what you do to make yourself feel better when you're feeling low, and just like help each other out. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.